Good afternoon to all. Myself and Arun Kumar from EC department. In this video, we are going to see about deep learning. So from this deep learning, you have to identify the different categories which is used in deep learning techniques. So normally the deep learning is a method. It is comes under artificial intelligence that teaches to the computers based on the processing data. It is inspired by using a human brain. The models can recognize the complex patterns in pictures, text messages, sound, or any data to produce the accurate unpredictions. Normally, the deep learning works with the artificial neural network, which are designed to imitate how human think and learn. In general, Alexa, Siri, these are all the voice commands based service providers. It is used by deep learning to help and understand your speech and the language human use when they interact with them. So the deep learning has to be performed by using input and future extraction plus classification method, and it is identified by using a machine. For example, if you want to feed a input as car to the devices, then automatically the already the served images it shows that it's a car, and moreover it can be predicted by extraction plus classification method, because it is not an machine, it is a car, it is not an food. Based on the classification only we have to identify whether the shown input is a right one or not. So by this deep learning method we can able to identify the correct images based on the deep learning process. So there are some supervised and unsupervised learning in machine learning. So these to be involved in deep learning process, and it has to be followed by artificial neural network in supervised as well as the convolutional neural network and recurrent neural network. So these three factors are placed in a supervised machine learning under deep learning technique. So based on the supervised process only, the machine learning deep learning technique has to be performed. So under unsupervised category, the self-organizing maps and Boltzmann methods and autoencoders, these are all some tools which is used for algorithm process. This is also one of the important parameter which is used in under unsupervised learning technique. For both this supervised and unsupervised learning process, the deep learning has to be framed. Process. Generally, the deep learning process has to be performed by based on the understanding the problem and identifying the data. Select based on the deep learning algorithm, selection of algorithm, because in more type of algorithms are there: artificial neural network, convolutional neural networks, and recurrent neural networks. Based on the type of problem, we have to select the concerned algorithms. Next one is, after selecting the concerned algorithm, it may pass towards the training the models, because every process must be trained and then we can get the output based on the model. First one is artificial neural networks. So initially the deep learning process has to be followed by an artificial neural network. Generally the artificial neural networks are having three layers. First one is input layer, next one is hidden layers, and last one is output layers. So based on the three layers only, the neural network has been framed. So in this artificial neural network, there are some two processes has to be followed. First one is feed forward, and last one is back propagation. Feed forward means if the input is right or if it doesn't have any issues, then it automatically forward the information to the destination network output. If it is any problems, or if it is any errors while forwarding the information, then automatically it move towards the input layer based on the back propagation technique. So in this back propagation technique, the error has to be identified and it has to upload in the feed forward technique, and it is followed by a input layers. Next, second technique is convolutional neural networks. In this neural network, there are two process has involved in this convolutional neural networks. First one is future learning, and second one is classification. So in future learning, there are two processes which is followed in this model. First one is convolution, and second one is pooling technique. Let us consider a core image. This image has to be identified by using the convolution model, and RELU means rectified linear unit. The rectified linear unit has the form of matrix. So normally the image has to be followed based on the matrix by using this convolution method. After the followed matrix, then the image has to be reduced by using a pooling technique. So in this pooling technique, the image has to be reduced based on average pooling and maximize pooling. This has to be followed by image processing segmentation method, and the method has to be followed until the image has to be reduced under the reconstructions. After the confirmation of image reduction, then it has to be followed by classification technique. So normally the classification having a neural networks, this type of neural network has to be identified based on the future learning. So after the finalized image received from the classification method, it has to be verified by using the input signals. And next technique is recurrent neural networks. Generally, the neural network having input and hidden layers and output layers. In this, especially for recurrent neural networks layers, hidden layers are having two more layers, because we have to check the concern input by using this hidden layers. If we have any errors based on the previous nodes, that can be identified by using this recurrent neural networks. So it is also a double layers which is used to identify and rectify the faults by using the hidden layer itself. This is one of the technique which is used in deep learning neural networks. Next one is examples of deep learning applications. There are a lot of applications are there by using this deep learning techniques, especially for image processing techniques. This deep learning will be very useful. And the convolutional neural networks are playing essential role in that. Next one is natural language processing. The translation image, the translation voice has to be performed by using this natural language processing technique. Next one is the information, the stock managed stock information has to be identified, and next drug discovery and diagnostics of various diseases by using this deep learning has to be identified, because the medical imaging, the CLT scanners, MRI scanners are very useful to identifying the accurate images of the concerned patients. And next one is speech recognition, like Alexa or Siri are very useful to identify the image-based applications. And next one is self-autonomous cars. Nowadays, reconfigurable artificial intelligence are playing a vital role for autonomous vehicles for making a direction in a single way. So assessment, how the powerful deep learning has to be compared with other machine learning models. So it can be compared by machine learning for more than 20 years, because the deep learning is an advanced technique based on the algorithm. We have to change minor improvements in algorithm provide accurate results, and moreover large data sets, big data, and more powerful collections of computers are based on small changes in the algorithms in deep learning process. Thank you.